Demigods.
Today we are going to do a little crafting video.
Yes, we are doing pumpkins.
Pumpkin heads to be exact.
Yes, because this year we probably will not do a pumpkin carving because I don't eat pumpkin.
I don't need a pumpkin.
And we have no one else this year which we could give the pumpkin to.
Yeah. So
crafting it is.
What we're doing. And yeah, I think probably in the beginning we're just going to kind of explain what we're doing. This is the first time we're doing this, and then at the part where we just have to repeat the same step over and over again, we're going to talk about some different things, I think.
I do not have very high hopes for that.
For what, talking?
Everything, actually.
Okay.
Actually.
Yeah.
Especially my life.
Oh, shut up.
Anyway.
So, are we starting?
We are going to start. Also, we try to not talk when we're... But maybe it will happen.
Okay, so what do we have here? These are plastic bags.
It's very important to make sure you can pull them over your head.
But don't...
And suffocate yourself.
But don't do that. Please, be careful.
To not talk when we're...
They should be big enough to fit well over your head, so you have the opening, you know, that's smaller, and then you know how a pumpkin works. And then you fill it with something.
We have stuffing, and we have dirty laundry, like small things we also can put in, because we are not sure if we have enough stuffing.
Yeah, so...
It's very important that you have like small things and not one big towel, because that's very hard to pull out in the end.
Yeah, start with the stuffing because that's the easiest also to form.
Do you think this is big enough for many of us?
Yeah.
So, and after we did that, we can start to put strings around it to give it like this pumpkin shape. If this makes sense. Yeah. Should I do two more or just one more?
How many do we have now? 4?
Yeah, like 4 compartments.
I think you should at least do one more.
Yeah, I know, but maybe I should do 2 because it looks more aesthetically pleasing, I guess. It looks like a little bit like we're tying up dirty laundry.
It's kind of...
The question, do you want to make the handle first?
No, I would do a layer of paper mache first.
But I brought tape.
Yeah, I know, but I still
it's
think it would be smarter to do the layer of paper mache first.
Yes.
And then put the handle on top and then fixate that.
I appreciate that you brought warm water.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to put my hands in cold water all the time.
You're such a little whiny baby. So we prepared a lot of
paper.
Paper snaps. Piper snaps.
Oh, we got a big bowl and we're going to mix water and glue in there. Oh, did you bring something to mix?
Yeah. I'm always the one who has to walk around. I'm the poorest just because you're sneezing the whole day.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
So, we're putting glue in the bowl.
And then you mix water into it.
Is there like a ratio we need to keep?
Yeah. It's better to start with less water.
And more glue?
Yes. But I do not have like a perfect balanced scale where we can say, yeah, exactly just 1 ounces of water. Okay.
So it helps to do this with somebody you like, so the time that you spend here doesn't feel like hours.
I like you and it still feels like
sure
hours.
about that?
Yes. I'm so sure about that. But sometimes you can be a little annoying.
See how he's just hurting my feelings at this point? Exactly. So now you take your prepared paper strips and dip them in the paper. In the glue and water mixture. Exactly.
That was so close to my
I'm
face.
sorry. And then you lay the strips on your little pumpkin, so it looks nice. Hopefully. I feel like a shorter strip would have been easier.
You also can like fake a little bit of the shape, the way you put it, and let it dry.
Exactly. So the way you put your paper is the way it's gonna dry. So if it's thicker anywhere, that's how it's gonna be.
Yes, and it makes sense to like if you have the folds to put it in there, so it has a nicer shape.
Exactly. At the tedious part where we just continue doing this over and over and over again, and then you need to dry in between, so because you want to do the lower part as well and stuff like this. So we will be here the rest of this weekend and the next 2 weeks probably. But you're gonna be here with us, so we will talk about some stuff.
So we are
What's
going to have
going
fun.
on? Let's get in that holiday spirit.
The holiday spirit of Halloween.
Yes, exactly.
The best holiday.
Yeah, that's true. This year it's hopefully going to be pretty amazing.
Yeah. Talking about life and death.
Yes.
That sounds like we were going to talk about Twilight novels. We have to address the elephant in the room. And
Me? You could have been nicer about that.
I know, you little turn. No, I mean, when you're watching this, The Court of the Dead will be already out there, released. But when we're recording that, it's like 2 weeks before it was released. So we will already have read the book when you see that.
Yes.
So leave a comment what you liked about the book, what you maybe didn't like, and hey, if your predictions were right or not. We already have a video where we talked about our predictions. It's maybe fun to watch this like now.
Yeah, my childhood.
Okay.
When there was a time, like I was helping my mom clean the horses, and I was like pretty small, so I didn't do much of the brushing, or I quickly gave up because I was bored, because that's what a nice child I was. And then I played at the halter, like at the front, where the horse is held, that's the halter. And I played with it, and there's like a special thing, so you can quickly release it if something happens. It's like a special kind of clip that's attached. And I played with that, and it clicked, so it opened, and the horse heard it, and it ran. Because it knew exactly what it was. And then it was in the garden of our neighbors eating apples.
I would
Like our neighbors call more like, your horse is in our apple tree.
in your apple tree.
Like, please,
Like he
get it
claimed.
back.
He climbed onto the tree and was like,
Yes,
it's
your
mine now."
horse is sitting in our apple trees. We are worried. It looks like an eldritch god. Please help.
Do you think it was an eldritch god?
Yes, our horses are eldritch gods. That's it.
That's a
Do
very...
you feel... Okay, this is... It's going to sound...
Do I feel like the horse? I don't know. I have to
Yes.
think about that.
Would you say nay?
Didn't expect that. Was a good one.
There's glue everywhere. So this is going to be fun. Protect your desk if you do this. When you do this. Whatever. It's very possible that you need to go over it like several times. Because that's life. You can't do everything first try. You need to go back, retrace your steps, look what you missed. And then, over time, layer after layer, you build up your skills and your knowledge, and you get better. And then you have a whole pumpkin.
Staring blankly ahead, just making my way.
Short commercial break. We are back again. I hope you enjoyed the commercials.
So we just let it dry a little bit, used like a blow dryer to make it a bit quicker. It's not completely dry yet, obviously.
No.
It's still very wet, but we're going to continue just like on the lower part, or you on the other side.
Yeah. is... He's not dry or something, but I feel like I have no parts where I can just continue with my work with the stem. And we're doing it out of...
Aluminum.
Aluminum.
I know that different people pronounce it differently. I don't know if it's aluminum or aluminum or whatever, but foil.
It's foil. You can do that however you like. It doesn't need to be realistic. It can just look cool. You can do like a little squirrel or something.
Little swirl.
So a little swirl.
It could also be a little squirrel. If you're very artistic, I believe in you.
I believe in.
Oh, and it helps if the bottom is like wider, so you can tape it or paper mache it to the pumpkin. So you have like a little base for your stem.
Do you like it?
Oh, it's cute. Oh, mine looks like a little witch's hat.
Yes, it does.
Right now. Maybe I'll change it. So as you can see here, like the bottom is a lot bigger, so I can tape it down and then it goes up. I think I'll put more up here. Twilight has vampires and werewolves.
Yeah.
Is Twilight the Halloween movie?
But like, I wouldn't say a Halloween movie, but a lot of people seem to enjoy it in fall, so
I see.
I guess you could
Do you
say
mean the hoa season?
the hoa season. Yes,
And
I mean that.
when I saw that like online, I just read hoa. I
Hoa
was
hoa.
so confused. Anyway, guys, see that in between there is a possibility that you need to wait a day for it to dry completely before you can continue with a different part.
Just if you're weaklings, but sure.
If you want it to hold together better. Because
Yeah,
like if you
something
put
like
a
patience.
lot of wet on wet, it's going to take forever to dry. We are back. It took a while.
Way longer than we expected.
Yes, but they are hard and empty. And if you feel like anything changed in the background, no it didn't, please take your meds. But today we are finally going to make this hole big enough for our heads. I think yours already is.
Mine already is. Yeah, but
Yes.
my head holder just
Yeah.
said goodbye.
Oh, no.
And everything else did as well.
Okay.
Like, fuck me, we're right back.
And we are going to carve our faces and hopefully also paint them. So that's the plan.
Yeah, also, like, it took so long that the Court of the Dead is already, like, out for
And we've
about
already-
2 weeks.
yeah, so we
I
already
already
read
read it. Like, it only took me 13 hours. I'm so proud of myself.
Less? Wasn't it 11 hours something?
Oh, yeah. I think it was.
Yeah, so...
Okay, so it didn't took me a lot of time. Take this fucking English teacher from my every grade.
So from this part on, we are probably going to continue talking about Court of the Dead with spoilers.
With spoilers.
So if you don't want to be spoiled, and I don't think we will like talk about the big plot twist, but I think
No.
it's going to be spoilery. So
Yeah, I will give you a timestamp so you can just jump ahead.
for now, we are going to start carving because this only fits like my fist. So I need to change.
Oh no,
that.
my ears are too big. Okay, no, I'm fine.
For somebody with such big ears, they don't listen very well.
What did you say?
For somebody with such big ears, you don't listen very well.
It was a show.
Oh my god, you're so stupid. I would be so embarrassed. Shut up. I need
Okay, so Court of the Dead. This maybe will come as a shock to you, but I preferred this on and the store. Even though I loved Hazel, like out of character here for real, I would have preferred an Hazel and Frank book with him and me just in like side roles. Because I like, sure, it's called the Nico D'Angelo Adventure, and I'm so excited for the German title. It will be so stupid again. The Carlsen Verlag can spare my comments again. because wouldn't really have preferred it with just Hazel and we were like side
More
characters. More frank. Because also like Will is barely into it. Like I feel you're reduced to just being my boyfriend. You have your funny scenes. You got a little bit more of your superpower, but
My mom.
and your mommy. I loved your mom. But the rest, you know, I like the idea of the mythicals. Mythics, yeah. Of the mythics, that was a very interesting storyline. I think it very hits the pulse of time. I don't know if you say that in English.
Maybe you could say zeitgeist, but I don't know. It's fitting.
It's
to
very
the state
of the world. Oh yeah, I can't do that. So I think that's a good idea. But the rest, I was a little disappointed. Also, there were like so many things we talked about in the Sun and the Star, and they're like never mentioned again.
Yeah.
Like I got a coin from you in the Sun and the Star, which is like the biggest sign of your love. You got my ring out of that, and it's not mentioned once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even think your ring is mentioned at all.
No. And I'm just a little bit disappointed of that, because it seemed like such a big thing and it wasn't really even important in the Sun and the Star. It just felt like, yeah, we need to share something. There needs to be like a moment. So we kind of have to do that. And that felt just a little strange to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's like my overall opinion about the Court of the Dead. I didn't hate it. There was a scene with Hades I hated. I'm sorry, that was so wrong. And that's another thing that like always rubs me a little bit the wrong way, because I feel with every media Rick writes or like rewrites with the series, the parents get nicer and nicer.
Yeah, which is sad.
Which it isn't sad, like it would be good for children, but what I really loved about the first Percy Jackson book was that the parents are kind of shitty. And I'm so sorry, I don't want to offend anyone, but a lot of parents are shitty. That was like the book series 4 for children who had like a shitty home life, a city situation with their family, and it wasn't meant to be like, yeah, look, they are so shitty. I mean, I love the aspect that, for example, Hermes tried somehow at least to be somehow a good father, but it wasn't good enough. He didn't do a good enough job. It wasn't what Luke needed. It was just something that Hermes thought would be good for him, like sending him on this quest, and so on. And I would be totally fine with like having like Hades in PJO, where he is emotionally very distant, and then like at least like it was in Heroes of Olympus, where it was like a little bit like, hey, I don't understand you, I can't help you all the time, but I want you to be happy. I want you to have a happy life, because that's sometimes the case with parents, that they don't want anything bad for you, but they have no idea how to show affection to you or spend time with you because you have no interests together.
Yeah. You look so funny. So
loud. Like, is that the nice side? What would you think is like the nice side?
do you want to take it off? I'm so sorry.
What was that even?
My pumpkin.
Oh.
Because then I can show you better what I mean if you take it off.
Yeah?
Because I feel like if you... This is the front right now, right? And the good thing is if you want to carve something, you have a very flat space to carve it. But I don't know if that's what you want. But I think it makes sense.
You know, I think that I remember, but I don't know if I recall it correctly, that I was thinking this should be the front.
Why?
I don't know, probably because it was like the prettier side, but I understand what you mean.
Because from this side I think you have the problem that the mouth is going to be in the shadow.
Yeah.
Because it is still going to be somewhere here. But on the other side you still see it's a pumpkin.
Yeah.
You see pumpkin on the side, but then you have a good flat-ish area to carve on.
Yeah.
was because
Fuck
worst.
off.
Yeah, but you know, I don't want to hate the Court of the Dead. I really loved Hazel in it. I love to
There's
find
some nice things in
There are
there.
a lot of nice
It's
things.
not a
in
bad
it.
book.
No.
There are very nice things in there. There were scenes where I still nearly cried. It's just for the feeling that I liked in The Son of the Star. I prefer The Son of the Star. As well.
Yeah. About Annabeth and Percy, but they not even show once up for like a dinner scene.
Should this be my front because it's flat as well?
Yeah, I think so. That would make sense. And it's not that, I want to read so much about Percy and Annabeth because I read the other books and they were fine, it was okay. It's not that I wanted Percy to be in it and save everything, but at least for the goodbye dinner, like just being there and like, hey, it's so nice to see you. How was it? How did you... it's so nice to see you. How did you survive Tartarus? Are you okay-ish now? Are you in therapy? Is everything going on okay-ish? But nothing happens like that, so...
Yeah. I feel like that's generally something I said where it's like the emotions are kind of wild. There's no building of sadness or hope. It's always, now it's here, and now it's gone, and now something else is here. Where it's like, there were a lot of situations where it was like, if you would take this feeling that we're having and seeing right now and just tone it down a bit so it wouldn't feel so extreme,
and
I wouldn't
stretch it out for a little.
I would have been more into it because otherwise it was just like, I feel like I'm in the backseat of a car and like, it's a very old car with a bad hydraulic system, so I'm just being thrown around in a car.
You know, like, I think you have still PTSD because you read The Son of the Star in your brother's car like this.
Yeah, and my brother, no, it was horrible, but anyway.
And maybe you miss that feeling. Like
Maybe I need to be on a German highway.
So much, and I need to answer her text on Instagram. I feel so bad, but I
What
was
do you
so
think should we see first, this video or your text?
I don't know. And like I wrote her and was like, hey, I really like the book. I really like the representation of Hazel in there. Because she was unsure if she wants to read it, because she was scared of character assassination. And I was like, no, I think it gave Hazel a lot of trust. It wasn't just out of the blue, oh no, now something this and that is happening. And she trusted me on my words, and she said that she loved it, and I was so glad about that. Because as you maybe see, I'm not a pop girl.
Aww.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I was like, yeah, I think it is a good representation, but who am I to judge that?
Every time we have a sentence with, I feel like it's a good representation. The only thing my head does is, this is not a good representation of people with schizophrenia. Every goddamn time. If you know that video, tell us down in the comments if you're... That's such a horrible representation of people with schizophrenia. The poor girl. Remember, as you know, I am so scared of horror movies. And we haven't even watched Coraline yet together. But there was a time where I watched deep dives about every saw trap there ever was.
Oh no, you can't see our little Coraline. Wait. There is a little otherworld Nico here. He's like spying on us. So...
Oh no, that's the second time it broke.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
Your knife or the pumpkin?
No,
Oh,
the
the
knife.
It's spying on us, so my other mother, the mother who would still be like I would saw buttons into my eyes. Okay, eat my soul. There is nothing happy about there. Just take it.
What if I wasn't there?
I mean, she also did like another Ryby, which was better, so I'm hoping of an even better will, which is almost impossible. But maybe this one wouldn't have like, you know, stomach hair.
Listen, I can't do anything about it. I've been shaving every goddamn day.
Maybe you need to shave like twice.
Every day.
Yeah.
How much time do you think I have?
Like a lot.
Do you think I'm just hanging out in the infirmary?
Yeah, like it feels like it. You're
You know
so...
that we have somebody in a coma right now.
He's sleeping. What do you even do with him? As you can see,
It's been a while.
not for them. You maybe can see someone make more progress than someone else.
It's me because I finally have a hole where my head fits through.
Yeah.
And it took forever.
Yeah, I just carved like the face into my pumpkin, giving like a white coat so it's easier to paint it.
Mine
Also
also has a face. It's painted on for now.
and also secured my headband. I did a lot of things
I also secured a headband.
with my help, and now making dinner. So you see that there is a lot of updates here happening. Some a little faster and better than others,
Come on.
but we're getting somewhere.
Yeah. At least my head fits in there now.
Yeah,
And my arms hurt.
which is like the biggest surprise of today. So I'm just starting to paint while you're still carving.
I'm cutting my face.
Wasn't it like last year as well that you were like the slowest?
You're a bully. You're very mean.
Why am I a bully when I'm talking the truth?
And you're telling the truth, but you're also hurting my feelings.
The one thing does not like can go with.
Oh, come on. Just. I'm having a hard time, okay?
Yeah, it must be very, very hard cutting cardboard.
It's so fucking hard.
Yeah, but
It doesn't sound as thick as mine. I'm going to be honest.
you just have harder knuckles than I have. So,
So what color are you going to paint your pumpkin?
white.
Oh.
Needs to match my aesthetic. I'm such a sad beige mom.
You would need to paint it brown.
Yeah, you mean beige?
Yeah. I swear my cardboard is just thicker than his. I am struggling with everything. I once again made the mistake of deciding on a round design. I think Nico has like hard edges, but all of my things are going to be round. Why am I not learning from my mistakes?
Okay, but we said like a lot of bad things about like the Court of the Deaf.
I swear.
We didn't really came to the good parts, and
Yeah.
really starting with the good part.
Yeah, so everything is itchy right now, Jesus. By all the gods. So I really like my mom in the book. I found it. We had some inside jokes about her appearance because it was kind of just very quickly. But I imagine just like Hades, like pulling out, noticing like, oh, okay, there's stuff going on, pulling out his phone, writing Naomi, hey, I'm Hades, father of your son's boyfriend. Could you please go to the park, etc. Information. And Naomi's like, oh yeah, of course. And then my mom just goes. Which I found very funny. But I think she was very much the way that I would
Yes.
have imagined her.
Exactly.
And I was very glad about that.
Yeah, I was so happy that we like finally met another parent and more for 5 pages.
Yeah.
And like has like actually like a lot of character because of course we meet. Of course, we met Annabeth's dad, but it's like a very short interaction. It's kind of weird because it contradicts what Annabeth is telling Percy. So I was always so confused about this scene. If this like was that supposed to be like a mirror for Annabeth, like oh not everything is as bad as I remember it, or I'm making it. I was so confused. Maybe you have any ideas about that? You can tell me.
And then there's Sally, but
Yeah, but-
that's the only other parent.
yeah, that's like the main parent
Yeah.
we follow through.
Yeah.
So don't worry about the footsteps. It's just that monster tried to attack us. But we have shit to do.
We're busy. Monsters
busy.
can wait. How about you?
I loved Hazel. I think I mentioned that actually
Yeah.
before. I also like enjoyed the Cocoa Puffs. Like they're not, of course, they are also like meant to take as a metaphor for a lot of stuff. But you know, just to like actually being physical, able to touch like a feeling, hold on to it, like looks what it does to your body with your surrounding. And so on. I think that was a very, very cool take on that. I would be fine if the Cocoa Puffs at the end of the books would just like come back into like my soul, and you know wouldn't need to like show everything everyone everything, because I think that's also like a part of therapy. There is like a lot of time where you have maybe explain or show a lot of things to people you don't want to, but it's healthy for you. And after a time you can like step back to like a healthy amount, like, yeah, I'm telling you that, but I'm like not forced to. Because with the Cocoa Puff sometimes it feels a little forced, not in a bad way, but like in a good therapy way. I like the backstory of the Mythics, and I need to show you something because it's very important. You remember our friend?
Assyrian, yes.
Yeah. You remember our friend Assyrian? He complained that Percy didn't mention his perfectly knitted underwear. But did you know what the Germans did back in 2005? They gave us that book. Hope you can see it. And there, in the front, in the center, are his perfectly knitted underwear. Assyrian, Germany cares about you. Or at least they did before they changed the cover. Also have the second one in German. It's just so ugly that it's hilarious.
Sure. That one.
I think I liked Savannah. If you saw my short recap after I recorded myself while I was reading it. It's okay. While I was reading it and just like putting my thoughts out just during the reading session. If you have seen that one, I talked about that I'm happy and not happy with the representation of mental illness, etc. Because they refer to like a lot of stuff that, yeah, it's a panic attack. And I think I said it also in my recap that I was like, I think it makes sense to refer to something you're not quite sure what it actually is as something as a panic attack, but especially with Savannah, in my eyes, in my years of research in stuff, even have a degree in that field, it doesn't seem like she had a panic attack. It felt like she had a flashback, couldn't move out of this flashback feeling, and attacked Ariel. Because, sure, a panic attack and a flashback they can look very similar to like an outside person. Also, of course, a flashback can also turn into a panic attack, but...
Or a panic attack can turn into a flashback, maybe even?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, it really depends what hit your panic attack.
Yeah, okay.
And it was a little sad that they, like, never mentioned that.
I think it was nice that we were in Camp Jupiter again.
Yes.
Even though Camp Half-Blood is better. And we had a lot more fun in Camp Half-Blood.
Oh, I love the training sessions. I also love...
of course you did.
I love that Lavinia made you dance. So many times.
Shut up. You cheated.
I didn't.
Yes,
It was just a shortcut
Yeah, you
with my
cheated.
powers.
See, that's called cheating.
Okay, you enjoyed the break as well. You had a very nice coffee.
I found it very interesting, the whole thing about the part of Tartarus that they tried to cultivate, like in the Mythics quarters.
Oh yeah, that was super
I
interesting.
found that was very interesting. If anything comes up again, I would be super interested to see where that's going.
And if this would like work
Yeah.
or not, because there is a big spoiler, so I'm giving you a timestamp. When we are in the court and Assyrian is like sentenced to death, and the court makes it very clear that it's not like, yeah, you die and you go to Tartarus, you have to reform and you have to come back. No, that's like final. Of course, we learn later that it was
Fake, basically.
yeah, that it was fake, that they lied about that, obviously. But, you know, when I was like reading in that moment, I was like, okay, but of course it's not nice to kill your friend. Or wouldn't it not be better to like kill him with
Like a half-blood weapon?
with a half-blood weapon, like bronze or gold, you know, the pretor gold, I don't know. You know, just kill him with that, and then he could like reform and can come back. Because even I was like, oh yeah, that's okay. We're doing that. We're going to kill him, and he can reform in Camp and he can reform in Camp Jupiter. That was my final thought. That was my thought, because I was thinking like, yeah, of course. Otherwise, why would they have mentioned the Tartarus Ground? And I'm still like, yes, that's something to lead up later. Was that just like maybe a plan B while they were writing it and they liked it as a cool detail? Because I was kind of sad that it never came back. Maybe there are books planned. I mean, we have like a lot of people. We could have spin-offs now, even though we have also a lot of original characters who could use a spin-off.
I really like the idea of, I'm so sorry, I don't think I can pronounce his name correctly, the Karpos, right? Quinoa, something like that, of him being a kindergartner.
Oh yeah.
In my head, it looks so freaking hilarious, and I want to go back just to watch a lesson, or like, and how he's teaching the kindergartners, because it sounds so funny.
Like a lot of things. I love the sleepover. I liked it very much because everyone had like a Cocoa Puff on their lap and we're just talking and thinking. Of course, you know, we were scared, but it was just like a cozy moment, and I feel we didn't get a lot of them in the last few Heroes of Olympus book, also not in the Son of the Star. It was a moment to breathe, which was nice and refreshing, because sure, the new Percy Jackson book with Percy, Annabeth and Grover in the main roles, you have moments to breathe. They are a little bit slower than the other PJO books, but sometimes it just feels like a little fake. And this moment with the sleepover where it's like, yeah, we have to stay awake, how do we do that?
I'm so sorry.
Was quite entertaining. And I also loved that Frank shows anger, and it was every time you call him, what do you need? And then he's like, sorry. It's giving meme vibes.
That's very funny, yeah.
To you.
That she's even older.
No. We found out we are pierced in every way.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't need an age. Thank you, Rick. That was very... I was a little annoyed by it, but I also thought like, yeah, that's the best solution he can give. It's the thing that is funny and is like, yeah, okay, good, I get it. Yeah. But it was funny because I know that's like a huge thing in the community. Like, how old is Nico? The same age as Will. How old is Will? The same age as My pumpkin looks so much better in the camera than it does in real life.
Yeah, because you don't see all the small kind of imperfections that you see in real life.
Yeah.
Are you going to make him darker? Or
yeah, a little bit. At least, you know, I'm doing a lot of shadows, and I think in the end you will not see much of this light color.
Yeah. I have an eye already, so I'm faster than with the head hole, I think.
I love the scene where Hazel used the mist, and I was like, can Will be a service dog? I would have loved to see that.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Argo was so ready to go. Yeah,
I can drive you through the country. It will only take 1 day.
And we're like, actually, we're going to Shadow Travel. Sorry.
We should have had a road trip.
We should. I want to read fanfiction about it. Please, if you write a fanfiction about that, tag me. I want to read it.
Oh, that would be so funny.
That was so funny. Like, imagine like the book is called The Court of the Dead, but like 90% of the book was just our road trip there with Argo, and they just of course Hazel is there, and Hazel's there for the last scene. That would be so disappointing.
Well, we solved all our problems while you were on your way, so
I swear, like now that you're finally here, like we're like kind of done. We don't need you anymore. And we're like, oh, okay, that's a little bit uncomfortable. Can we at least stay for dinner? And she's like, yeah, but you didn't do actually anything. I don't know if you deserved it. And it's just awkward. And we're like, oh, yeah, okay, sure, bye.
And then we go to bed.
Most of the time we make this videos as like a second video to our main video, which is always like something based on Halloween. Sometimes it's just SFX makeup. Sometimes it's something else. And I know I say that every year, but this year was just literally crazy with, I had literally no time. That was also like the main reason why a lot of videos were super delayed, or I didn't post it that much because we didn't have time to filming. I didn't have time to edit anything.
Yeah. we got this.
I have that.
Yeah. So maybe that's something else, but we also hope that you have a lot of fun with this video while seeing me struggle and him succeed.
This year's Halloween video, as you probably have noticed, we decided to do vampires and...
You wanted to say something?
No, I do not remember the name of this stupid creature.
Oh, werewolves.
Yeah, exactly. Werewolves. You're probably wondering, it's because William is a huge Twilight fan.
Yes, that's the reason. I freaking love Twilight, and I'm watching it all day long. I have the collector's edition of the books. We have a collector's edition.
Yeah, we got it from the trash.
It wasn't trash.
Oh, it was
a library giving away books for free.
Oh yeah, exactly. But we have the special edition movies, which we found actually in the trash.
And there was one that we found because somebody threw out a DVD player.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, let's try if it still works. It did work. Twilight wasn't there. The last one, right?
Last one, yeah.
So that wasn't there.
And we have a DVD player now.
Yeah, but we actually changed the DVD player because the DVD player worked, but there was no remote. So when you started the movie, you better watch that movie to the end because you couldn't pause and you couldn't wind anywhere, like you couldn't rewind or go forward. So you sat down and you watched that movie.
As it should be. What do you mean you need to use the toilet? Freak you. Since I was a little kid, I was obsessed with vampires. Like literally so obsessed. That's totally out of character. It's literally my childhood. When I was about, I think, 8 or 9, I was so obsessed with becoming a vampire that I made a coffin out of cardboard in which I wanted to sleep in. So the problem was my cardboard coffin didn't have a lid.
Oh.
Yeah, because I ran out of cardboard, obviously.
Oh no.
And I was like, Mom, can you get me more cardboard? My mom was like, for what do you need so much cardboard for? I was like, yeah, for my coffin. And my mom was like, huh? I was like, yeah, and like I built my own coffin. You know, I'm going to be a vampire. Like as a fact, like yeah, of course. What do you mean?
Your mom should have known.
My mom should have known. And she's like, you made a coffin? And I was like, yeah, I want to sleep in that from now on, until I have to get used to it. And my mom was like, okay, no, I do not have more cardboard. But the thing is, my mattress didn't fit my mattress didn't fit into the coffin bed. So I would wake up with back pain. So bad back pain because...
That had nothing to do with the mattress. It had something to do with the light that came in. If you would have had that lid, you wouldn't have had any problems.
No. Also didn't have already back problems when I was a kid. So my mom was like, that can't go on. No. You can sleep in it, but you have to sleep in your bed. And I was like, no. But then I slept in my bed one more time and it was very comfy. And then I kept the coffin for another 5 years.
I have 2 eyes now.
Wow. But just used it partly. Also one day I grew out of it.
Oh no.
And then I tried to make it a little bigger so my feet have more space. But then it basically fell apart.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's why I'm obsessed with vampires. I love vampires. Probably if I wouldn't have my cosplay account for myself, I probably would be a vampire cosplayer or something.
A vampfluencer.
A vampfluencer, love that word. After 1 trillion years, someone is finally...
kind of done.
Yeah, it still dries out.
It's still drying and I might need to go over the stem again. But we can continue for now.
With mine.
Yes.
So, okay. If you watched that for any tutorial purposes, congratulations. This is your most amazing moment in this whole tutorial. You get a pantyhose or...
Pantyhose.
Pantyhose.
Not a pantyhose.
You can also get like a pantyhose, but
Don't cut the pantyhose, please.
but I don't know if this will help you in this situation.
Yeah.
You can try, but no, pantyhose or like I don't know, socks.
Like those thin stockings, socks that you sometimes you get them when you have to try on shoes or something. Yeah,
yeah.
in black.
Yeah, black is like the thing that I mean, if you wanted to like glow and you want to put like lights in it, you take something like very light skin tone or even like a plastic bag, but not that it's like completely see-through, because then you will see the small lights. So, but for our purposes, because we want to have like a black thing inside, we have black ones. And the thing is, there are like two types of these socks, other thing. Some of them are kind of see-through, and the others aren't. Yeah, that makes sense. Basically, you can choose whatever you like or prefer. The thing is, if they are see-through, you're able to see through them, obviously. Most of the time, especially if you like paint over your eyes and stuff, it's not see-through for people from the outside or even for a camera. So I would always prefer that ones.
Because if you take the ones that aren't see-through, it's going to be very hard to stretch them so far inside of the head that you, when you have the hat on, can actually see through them.
Yeah.
This is going to be very confusing, but I believe in you.
Yeah, because if you can through the holes, you're basically blind while you're walking. So we're cutting them in half. So
Do you think you going to do one big sock?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm going to do like each eye and then probably one over the mouth if it's possible. If it looks
should
like
work.
possible. Yeah. And what we're now going to do is, this is my pumpkin. He's dry. Thank you for the appreciation that it's beautifully painted. Thank you. I know that was your first thought. You're going to look at the eye from the outside and you do like what you think is a proper size.
Yeah.
Start with a bigger piece because it's always easier to cut something off than just glue something on it again.
Yeah.
So, best thing is if you have an assistant. Like someone who like actually helps.
To heat up, I can also show you that when I was carving my pumpkin, I broke the saw in half.
Yeah, because
Or
of his,
not even in half, I just broke it completely off.
because of his superhuman strength.
Yeah. Okay, so we are hot.
Are we?
What we're going to do is we're going to glue first like one half or one side of the sock to the eye, so that we can push it on there, and then you're going to wait until that dries. With hot glue it doesn't take a long time, because when it's dry you can pull a bit on it, right? So that's going to be easier.
If you're scared like me to like burn your fingers, you can use something else to put it down. I just wasn't thinking about that. Okay.
Does that look different? You put your hand behind each one.
I mean,
yeah.
you see here, you see my hand here. Sure, you do a little bit, but basically not.
Very nice.
Yeah. Okay. Accident happened. It's okay if it isn't perfect, especially not the first time. That's the lie everyone else tell me, so I'm going to tell you. It's done. Comment which one you prefer. There is a right answer.
Yeah. We hope you really liked it. It was a lot of work.
It was a lot of work, like physical work.
Yeah.
I knew that we were going to be on the thing, but to make it literally properly, if all the work hours I literally count, I think we had about 8 to 12 hours.
Yeah, with all the drying time.
Without the drying time.
Yeah.
Just the time we really worked on it.
Yeah. So if you plan to do this, you have to think about how long it takes for the glue and stuff to dry.
Yeah.
Because you can't cut your pumpkin face while there's still wet parts, right? You would just destroy your work.
Yeah.
So yeah, think about that. And
Yeah. Okay, Demigods. I'm so unsure if you can hear us.
I hope you can hear and see us very well.
Yeah. This is like the final result. Now you see it. We will make some pictures and also upload them on Instagram. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and TikTok as well.
Yeah. And have fun and enjoy Halloween and get sweets.
Get a lot of sweets. See you next time.
Bye, Demigods.
See you. Tears falling down at the party. Saddest little baby in the room. Fears, tell me fears, don't get me started. I get a little gray hair for every scare you share. Those aren't meant to bend. No, those aren't meant to bend. Those aren't meant to bend. No, those aren't meant to bend. I hear your eyes and I see those cries. I hear those eyes and I see those cries. I can't be the only one who hears you.